Welcome to Coffee with LeadSMART. I'm Peter.
And I'm Scott.
Today we're going to dive into a continuation of a previous video. Previously we spoke about the difference between an LSR or RRP people, for those of you out of Massachusetts, and deleading, otherwise known as abatement in those other states. Today we're going to pick up and go a little deeper and explain the different parts and the different types of deleading. And yes, only in Massachusetts. Here you go, Scott.
All right, so if we're talking about deleading, we're in Mass. And in Mass, we have 3 levels of deleading. We've got low risk, moderate risk, and high risk is quite the jump. So low risk, homeowner only, no dust. Really, you've got your handcuffs on. There's not much you can do on that project. That level of lead work is beneath everybody here in our audience. So let's jump right to moderate risk deleading. It's restrictive, but you can make some dust. All right, that's the good news. And it's going to get you what you want, which is that path to the top of the mountain. But heavy duty restrictions. And up at the top, we've got high risk deleading, which is almost unrestricted work practices. If we back this up a little bit, you got to keep in mind, in Massachusetts, we've got 2 different versions of moderate risk deleading. 2 different agencies that govern those 2 different versions of this law. So, one path, homeowners, the other path, contractors. Now you may find still restrictive, doesn't get you what you need, has to be bumped to the high risk level sometimes. And Peter, how do you look at it?
Good question. I see it as, first of all, 2 different roads to get to that top of the mountain. There's a contractor road, and there's a homeowner or property owner, which should be the same person, but there is some confusion at times. If you're a property owner, you're the same as a homeowner in this law. The path to get to the contractor is a certain agency that licensed contractors to do this work. The other path is one by a different agency who only deals with allowing, after a test, homeowners or property owners to do the work. Fun, huh? Got it so far? Well, there's more roads to the Cape, you know. Contractors, forget low risk. It's not for you. It starts out with mod risk. You get that by first, a prerequisite, going to LSR supervisor course. Then you come to the 4R add-on called Moderate Risk Module for contractors. Then, if the work exceeds the limits that you're allowed to do, you then go up to needing a high-risk contractor, which is also dealt by the same agency. That is the final step if you need that much work done to gain that letter of compliance. On the other hand, you go the homeowner or property owner road, you could take their course, be allowed to do certain levels of work, very similar to the contractor restrictions. And if the work you need done meets those restrictions, then you're on the top of the mountain once they're done. However, if your work that is required to get it safe for children exceeds your limits, now you have no choice but to hire a high-risk deleading contractor who will take it over from there. The overall thought is there's just too much dust and too much hazard exposed to expect a property owner or homeowner to have the skills or equipment to take care of it properly. Once you get up beyond that level of mod risk, it really needs to be in the hands of a contractor. The important thing that we hear is 2 different roads, 2 different agencies. That each step along the way has limitations. And there's way too many details for this format to discuss. That's what you learn in your training and licensing. It is a very serious topic. You have to make sure your property is safe for children to live in it. And you can't do it by poisoning your workers. It's pretty simple. It's just applying that simple to these complex rules is not always that easy. That's what us lead heads get involved in. We study these laws an awful lot and we're in them a lot. And that's how we work people and help people to get them out of situations on properties. We know the laws, we know how to apply them. So, I'm hoping that we hit all those answers.
I hope so.
Let's get on the top of the mountain where it's free for everybody. Folks, have a great day. Thanks for listening.